Woman finds a memory card on the street that launches a huge investigation. What would you do if you found a mysterious memory card on the sidewalk? Would you walk on by or pick it up out of curiosity? Well, one woman found herself in this exact position. But when she slipped the card into her home computer, she was completely unprepared for what she was about to see.
Before we begin, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell for more amazing videos.
Yep, that Alaska resident found a lone SD card sprawled out on the street. And eventually, her curiosity got the better of her. Little did she know, though, that her day was about to get way more complicated and darker than she had anticipated. Perhaps thinking that there may have been something juicy stored on said card, the woman grabbed it from the street in Alaska's Fairview neighborhood, and she was ready to find out what was on it. Maybe it would give her a secret peek at someone else's life. Then, when the woman finally jammed the card into her computer, she found a collection of 39 photos and 12 videos. But these didn't make for pleasant viewing. In fact, they were truly horrific. There was a big clue on the card. Chillingly, it was marked "Homicide at Midtown Marriott." But even despite this warning, the woman couldn't help but glance at the photos and videos. That way, she could see if it was the real deal. To her horror, the photos and videos were of a woman who had experienced a violent assault. The Alaskan couldn't have imagined that her day would turn into an episode of Law and Order, Special Victims Unit. And once she saw the images, she made an important decision. The woman reported the SD card to the police immediately. Then, when the authorities took a look at the card, they agreed that the disturbing images were the real deal. But that wasn't even the most haunting part. Horrifically, the videos showed that while the strangled female victim desperately searched for air, the murderous man howled with laughter at her pain. That's the stuff of nightmares. Then, just 2 days after the Alaska resident reported the card, police received a harrowing call. Human remains had been found at mile 108 of the Seward Highway, and the cops figured that it was more than a mere coincidence. FBI Special Agent Steve Forrest said after the remains were discovered, "I can't discuss details of the case, but I can confirm the FBI has provided and continues to provide investigative and technical assistance. Together, the authorities would get to the bottom of this disturbing mystery." While thoroughly analyzing the videos, the police recognized the man from another investigation. He had some sort of an English-sounding accent, their affidavit stated. Soon there was enough for the cops to ID the suspect. He was Brian Smith of South Africa, and the pieces of the puzzle soon began to fit. A man of the same name had been registered at Marriott's Tone Place Suites in Anchorage from September 2nd to September 4th, 2019. His whereabouts matched the police's theories, and Smith was arrested on October 8th. Then, with Smith in custody, the cops compared the carpet from the photos and videos to the one in his hotel. And it was a match. The 48-year-old Smith was in deep water. Being an organized, label-friendly murderer doesn't exactly pay off. Finally, the police had enough evidence to charge Smith. On October 14th, he was indicted on 1 count of first-degree murder, 2 counts of second-degree murder, 2 counts of second-degree sexual assault, and 3 counts of tampering with physical evidence, as told by court records. Smith's public defender, Daniel L. Lowery, announced that his client would make a plea of not guilty. Until his trial, though, Smith would continue to reside in custody at Anchorage Correctional Complex. And in the meantime, the world got to know the identity of the woman he was suspected of killing. Anchorage police disclosed that the woman in the videos was 30-year-old Kathleen J. Henry. And horrifyingly, the grand jury found that Smith had put her through substantial physical torture. She had just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. Kathleen's death was a blow to the community that cherished her. And the messages on her Facebook page showed just how much people cared. "Rest with Jesus, Kathleen. I scream for justice. Life in imprisonment," one Facebook user blared with passion. Kathleen was an Indigenous Alaskan too, and her untimely death added to the growing list of missing and murdered Indigenous women in the state. Alaska's Native Peoples Action Group desperately hope to see this alarming reality change. We're just really tired of hearing all the violence that's going on against Indigenous women, Executive Director Kendra Kloster stated. We can highlight the topic and start talking about it and figuring out what we can do. The Anchorage Police Department also encouraged people to speak up. This serves as another example of when you see something suspicious, say something, the department stated. You never know when a person's life is at stake. And if it hadn't been for that one woman's vigilance, Kathleen's loved ones never would have gotten the closure they needed. Yes, while criminals like Smith think they can get away with it, they often leave behind important pieces of evidence, even if they may go undiscovered for some time. Please share this with your friends and family.